Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this week for Convertible Conversations. I'm going to continue in the study of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 14 to 21. And this week the series is called Christ's Love Compels Us. So I want to start out today by asking you what, not who, but what is the most important thing in your life? Just take a few moments and think about that. What's the most important thing in your life? Generally speaking, when you're around somebody, whatever a person thinks about the most, what they talk about the most, what they write about the most, what they spend their time doing the most, what they spend their money and resources on the most, is the most important thing in their life. You can tell it just by being around somebody quite a bit. It can be money, it can be a career, it can be a hobby, it can be achievement, it can be people, it can be looking good, it can be education. So when you observe someone, you get a good idea of what is the most important thing in their life. Now, I would not have admitted this for a long time, but for a long time in my life, music was the most important thing in my life. A particular type of music, jazz music. Then, success in business was the most important thing in my life. Then, success in ministry, in the church, was the most important thing in my life. Looking back now, I think that's because I was searching for significance. I didn't realize I already had significance. Now, a cognitive dissonance occurs when there appear to be two conflicting things that are said to be true. So if a person, like I did, says that their spouse and their kids and their parents are the most important thing in their life, but all they talk about and all they do, or the majority of what they talk about and do and spend their resources on, is their work or their hobby or their friends or their ministry, whatever it is, that creates a cognitive dissonance in the minds of their loved ones. Their actions don't match up with their words. It actually creates a cognitive dissonance in the life of the person themselves. They know something's not right, but they're really not able to tell what it is. So, as you think about what's the most important thing in your life, what would you say was the most important thing in Jesus' life when he was here on earth? And of course, he's still alive, so what's the most important thing in Jesus' life? In my opinion, it seems to me that love, unconditional agape love, that always does what's best for the other person, was the most important thing in Jesus' life and still is. Doing what's best for the other person is always helping them to understand that they are already included in God's love. And that's what Jesus did. He helped people understand, both then and now, that they're already included in God's divine triune circle dance of love and everything that flows from their love, which is, unconditional forgiveness, acceptance, inclusion, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, the faith of Christ, the power of the Holy Spirit, compassion, mercy, and way, 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 way more than that. All of that is called grace, God's love in perpetual action for everyone. So today, after you finish listening, I'd encourage you to think for a little bit. What was your initial response to the question I gave you? What's the most important thing in your life? And then think about what seems to be, arguably, to me anyway, the most important thing in Jesus' life, unconditional love. Tomorrow we're going to flesh this out some more. I'll see you then. Thanks.